And then it comes to these two books, Soil Science Treatise by Dr. Itala Satyanarayan, of course, and Glimpse of Soil Science by Dr. Itala Satyanarayan. And these two books are really, on point and brief and well described. I think it always helps you to, whenever you feel like you need to recall to a certain topic or concept or a fact, you just, get on to these books. I mean, they are really good, and they are also really helpful in your last minute preparation. I mean, because they are really brief and on point. It just always helps you to, cover the things really fast. So these books are really important. And Glimpse of Soil Science also has a lot of MCQs. You can solve MCQs from this book too. And
if you're having time is a constraint, so you can refer the Soil Science Treatise by the Satyanarayana. He given all the concepts of IEEE very simplified and very comprehensive manner in his publication. So this is actually more popular, recently more popular book in the internet. And he written one more book, that is a Glimpse of Soil Science objective book, and he's having one app also, that is Soil Retention app. In that you can solve the soil science related bits very easily.
And next book is Soil Science Treatise, which is written by Itala Satyanarayana sir. And this book is a precise and short notes of IEEE. Both books are covered by this Fundamental of Soil Science and Soil Science and Introduction. It is a precise notes of those both books, and these books contain 6 chapters such as soil pedology, physics, chemistry, analytical chemistry, fertility and soil biology. And for the conceptual purpose, this book is too much important, and each and every line of this book for the JRF and SRF examination are too much important. In previous ICR exams, 70 to 90% questions are put from this single book, Soil Science Treatise books. And
the best objectives books in the market is Soil Science Treatise. For a soil science student, soil science student, it is by Joya Publisher.
Then I read Soil Science Treatise by Itala Satyanarayana sir.
There is another book which I found very much helpful during my revision. That is the Soil Science Treatise book by Itala Satyanarayana sir. You can also cover your analytical chemistry portion from this book. And Glimpses of Soil Science by Itala Satyanarayana sir.
I have read Soil Science Treatise by Itala Satyanarayana. This book was extremely beneficial for recapitulating all the informations, as the informations are kept in a very concise manner.
Then for the quick revision, I went through Tablets of Soil Science by E. Satyanarayana et al. And also Treatise of Soil Science by E. Satyanarayana et al. Coming to the MCQ part, I went through Glimpse of Soil Science by E. Satyanarayana et al. Then
for the section of soil science, you can follow Soil Science Treatise by Itala Satyanarayana.
The fourth one is Treatise. It is written by Itala Satyanarayana sir, and this book works wonder for me, as I didn't prepare any handmade notes, so this act as a substitute for me. And the most important point about this book is the author has tabularized or given all the important bits which is relevant for your exam point of view in a single compilation form. So I think you should go with this book.
And Glimpse of Soil Science by Itala Satyanarayana sir, first and second edition. And for quick revision before exam, you can study Soil Science Treatise book by Itala Satyanarayana sir. This is very helpful before exam, and you can also read the analytical chemistry portion from this book.
The next book which I preferred most was Soil Science Treatise, as it is a summary for IEEE, Vishwas Mukherjee, and the Introductory Soil Science by D.K. Das. It is a very good book, excellent book written by Satyanarayana sir.
I read Soil Science Treatise by Itala sir. This book is very much important for revision purpose. Glimpse of Soil Science by Itala sir.
And
and Soil Science Treatise by Dr. Ettala Satyanarayana sir. I revised these books as many times as possible.
Now another book is Soil Science Treatise by Ettala Satyanarayana sir. This book is also very much important. For question practice, I followed two objective books. First is Glimpses of Soil Science by Ettala Satyanarayana sir.
Soil Science Treatise by Ettala Satyanarayana sir, and this is a very combined book, and this is very much good, and for quick revision this is very much important. Glimpse of Soil Science by Ettala Satyanarayana sir. And
और एक सबसे अच्छा बुक है सॉइल साइंस ट्रीटाइज, जिसमें ISSS का बहुत ही शॉर्ट फॉर्म में, प्रिसाइज फॉर्म में दे रखा है, और उस बुक में ना गलतियां बहुत कम है। इसीलिए अगर आपके पास टाइम कम है तो आप सॉइल साइंस ट्रीटाइज पे पढ़ सकते हो। बहुत ही अच्छा बुक है, बहुत ही अच्छा बुक है। मैं आपको रिकमेंड करूंगा, मस्ट गो फॉर दिस। इसके
सॉइल साइंस ट्रीटाइज बाय Ettala Satyanarayana.
And next most important book for soil science JRF is Soil Science Treatise, that is written by Ettala Satyanarayana. And now third edition of this book also available on internet or other shops. Soil Science and Treatise is the summarized form of ISSS and textbook of soil science and Decades. Ettala Satyanarayana's book cover the pedology, physics, soil chemistry, soil fertility, soil biology and analytical chemistry. सोइल साइंस के जो मोस्ट इम्पोर्टेंट टेबल्स, फिगर्स एंड अदर डाटा हैं वो समराइज फॉर्म में इस बुक में एक साथ दिए गए हैं. एंड इफ़ यू हैव लेस टाइम फॉर प्रिपरेशन देन सोइल साइंस ट्रीटाइज इज मोस्ट इम्पोर्टेंट बुक फॉर लेस टाइम.
I referred Soil Science Treatise by Ettala Satyanarayana sir. It is the third edition of Soil Science Treatise and a fourth edition is going to be released very soon, probably in a week. So it is a very comprehensive book and very useful for quick revision before the exam. And for MCQs, I referred Glimpse of Soil Science. It is also by Ettala Satyanarayana sir. This book consists of almost 4,000 MCQs, and in the end of this book it also has about 30 to 40 tables which consist of all scientists, formulas and units of the soil science, and it is very much useful before the exam to have a quick revision. So I also bought this reasoning on soil science, and it is also helpful in understanding the subject very well.
For revision purpose, you can go for Soil Science Treatise by Ettala Satyanarayana. This is for soil science part, and Glimpse of Soil Science by Ettala Satyanarayana. So these two books which I preferred for MCQ objective type questions and previous year soil science questions. One more thing is that for revision purpose I didn't made any notes by myself. I preferred Soil Science and Treatise. So Soil Science and Treatise is also very useful for this examination.
Glimpses of Soil Science by Ettala Satyanarayana.
And for the soil science, no any problem you have to arises. Only one book is there, Soil Science Treatise, much more than sufficient. Beyond that, you Soil Science Treatise. Okay. Ettala Satyanarayana by Ettala Satyanarayana. This is very compiled, very compact, very dense book. You have to read 5, 6 more. I think 10 times you have to read, because questions come directly from that, and you will not attempt. I surely say that. So for B portion this is sufficient. And
और उसके बाद अगर जैसे कि कम समय है, आपके पास ज़्यादा समय नहीं है प्रिपरेशन का, सॉइल साइंस का, तो हमें क्या है, अब हमको सॉलिड पढ़ना है, कम पढ़ना है, ठीक है. तो कम पढ़ने के लिए हमें सॉलिड कंटेंट चाहिए होंगे, तो इसके लिए भी मैं आपको बुक प्रेफर करूंगी, सॉइल साइंस ट्रीटाइज और ग्लिम्सेस ऑफ सॉइल साइंस. ये दोनों बुक लिखी गई है बाय Ettala सत्यनारायणा. ये दोनों जो बुक है इसमें पॉइंट वाइज फैक्ट्स दिए हुए हैं, और ये बुक DK और ISSS दोनों की बुक का ये एक तरह से निचोड़ है या सिनॉप्सिस कह सकते हैं, जो कि आपको पॉइंट वाइज पढ़ने में और कम समय में रिवीजन करने में ये काफ़ी हेल्प करेगा. ठीक है.
सॉइल के लिए अलग से किताब पढ़ ली, सॉइल ट्रीटाइज.
Then Soil Science
सॉयल साइंस में मैंने जो अपनी बुकें पढ़ी थी, एक है सॉयल साइंस ट्रिटाइज, ये डॉक्टर इटेला सत्यनारायण द्वारा लिखी गई है।
किया था। इसके अलावा एक बुक आती है सॉइल में, सॉइल साइंस ट्रिटाइज नाम से, अगर आप चाहें तो आप उसे भी प्रीफर कर सकते हैं।
And mainly soil science treatise book, a book by Treatise, which is very effective book which you should revise more and more. And
for MCQ practice, follow Glimpse of Soil Science by Adela Satyanarayana.
And then the soil science portion, I only followed soil science treatise book. That book is very enough for your agronomy soil science questions, okay? Because in that book the soil fertility is also managed in a very good way.
Soil science ट्रिटाइज की बात करें, देखिए जब अभी तक हम जो ज़्यादातर बुक्स की बात कर रहे हैं ना, वो ऑथेंटिक बुक है ना। सॉइल साइंस ट्रिटाइज पर्टिकुलर कॉम्पिटिटिव के लिए बनाई गई है, मगर काफ़ी अच्छा कंपाइलेशन किया हुआ है ना। ये आपका एटिनेला सत्यनारायण, अब और कुछ भी राइटर्स आ गए हैं, इन्होंने बनाई है। काफ़ी सारी बुक्स का बहुत अच्छा कंपाइलेशन है इसमें, तो इसे भी मैं कहूँगा। पर ये नहीं कि आप सिर्फ ये बुक पढ़ के जाएंगे, आपको IEEE बाकी बुक्स भी फॉलो करनी है। स्पेशली इसको आप रिवीजन के लिए फॉलो कर सकते हैं, और आपका कुछ और चीज़ें भी हैं जो आपकी मिस हो गई होंगी, जो आपको इस बुक में इंक्लूडेड मिल सकती हैं। काफ़ी अच्छा कंपाइलेशन किया गया है, और तो इस बुक को भी आप फॉलो कर सकते हो। मगर कोई एक बुक ही आपको फॉलो नहीं करनी है, आपको कुछ ज़्यादा बुक्स फॉलो करनी पड़ेंगी, ठीक है। आप फिजिकल साइंस की प्रिपरेशन कर रहे हैं, कंपटीशन की प्रिपरेशन कर रहे हैं, तो थोड़ा अच्छे से प्रिपरेशन करना पड़ेगा, है ना। क्योंकि हमारे पास एक अटैम्प्ट होता है, फालतू में हम लोग एक साल अपना वेस्ट नहीं करेंगे, ठीक। और एक एक मार्क्स को आपको पता है, जब मार्क्स आते हैं एक एक मार्क्स से फ़र्क पड़ जाता है हमारा कॉलेज कौन सा है, हमारा कॉलेज ही पूरा चेंज हो सकता है, ठीक है। तो मैं ज़्यादा से ज़्यादा बुक्स को फॉलो करना है, ज़्यादा से ज़्यादा मैं ये भी नहीं हर एक बुक फॉलो करेंगे, नहीं, जितना हम लोग अच्छे से कवर कर सकते हैं, ठीक है। तो सॉइल साइंस ट्रिटाइज भी काफ़ी अच्छी कंपाइलेशन है, आपको रिवीजन के लिए फॉलो करनी है, और जो जो चीज़ें आपको बाकी जगह से स्किप हुई है वो सारी चीज़ें आपको इसमें से कवर करनी है, ठीक है।
एंड सॉइल साइंस को सॉइल साइंस ट्रीटाइज बाय डॉक्टर इटेला सत्यनारायण सर की बुक से।
एग्रोनॉमी से पहले सॉइल साइंस का बेसिक क्लियर होना बहुत ही जरूरी है, उसके लिए मैंने प्रेफर किया था डॉक्टर इटेला सत्यनारायण सर की बुक सॉइल साइंस ट्रीटाइज। एंड ट्रस्ट मी, दिस बुक इज इनफ फॉर JRF एग्रोनॉमी सॉइल साइंस पोर्शन। मेरे पास लिमिटेड टाइम था, इसलिए मैंने सॉइल साइंस ट्रीटाइज को प्रेफर किया।
वो कवर किया, सॉइल साइंस ट्रीटाइज को इतने अच्छे से हाईलाइट किया हुआ था उन्होंने, मैंने सॉइल साइंस ट्रीटाइज भी वहां से की। वैसे अगर मैं रीड करती तो मुझे बहुत ज्यादा टाइम लगता, लेकिन मेरा सॉइल साइंस ट्रीटाइज भी काफी जल्दी हो गया।
And I used the book The Soil Science Treatise by Dr. Etela Satyanarayan for covering every part related to the soil science. And I would advise everybody to make at least 3 in-depth reading of this book, and make sure that while reading you also cover the collection of important points that are given in the last pages.
अब फिर मैं बात करूंगा क्विक रिवीजन के लिए बुक्स कौन सी पढ़नी चाहिए। तो इसके लिए मैं सॉइल साइंस ट्रीटाइज रिकमेंड करूंगा बाय एटेला सत्यनारायण सर द्वारा। और फिर ऑब्जेक्टिव बुक्स पे आता हूँ मैं सॉइल साइंस की, उसमें सबसे पहले बात करूंगा ग्लिम्प्स ऑफ सॉइल साइंस बाय एटेला सत्यनारायण सर। इस बुक में टॉपिक वाइज क्वेश्चन वगैरह दे रखे हैं, जैसे सॉइल पेडोलॉजी हो गया, सॉइल फिजिक्स हो गया, सॉइल बायोलॉजी हो गया। तो टॉपिक वाइज की लार्ज नंबर ऑफ क्वेश्चन दे रखे हैं, तो इस बुक को आपको सॉल्व करना चाहिए।
And the third book which I have read for soil science was Soil Science Treatise by Etela Satyanarayana. And
after that, I bought for me the most ideal book and the best one for preparing for this examination, which is Soil Science Treatise by Dr. Etela Satyanarayana sir. I have also bought the IEEE book. I would like to suggest each one of you to buy the IEEE book and the Soil Science Treatise book at the same time. Whenever you read a chapter or portion from the IEEE book, you should complete that chapter or portion from the Soil Science Treatise book as well. It will help you to clear your concept and build a good knowledge about the subject. I can assure you, if any student can complete the Soil Science Treatise book 7 to 8 times and revise it as much as possible before the examination, 60% of the syllabus will be completed by only reading this book. But you have to go through each sentence and each word of this book, because each sentence of this book is very much important and question come from this book in your examination. Till the date of your examination, your 2 main books should be IEEE and Soil Science Treatise. Treatise and IEEE were the 2 main books for me during my preparation.
Now coming on the topic of soil science, which was taught by Mr. Sanjay Rathore sir. He covered all the topics from the soil science treatise and cleared all the concepts regarding the soil.
Finally, Soil Science Treatise by Etala Satyanarayana. This book is very useful for quick revision at the time of examination. Next, coming to objective type of books. Next, Glimpse of Soil Science by Etala Satyanarayana.
Then I would like you to study the most important book for your preparation, which is nowadays absolutely necessary. That is the Soil Science Treatise by Dr. Etala Satyanarayan and the Glimpses of Soil Science by Dr. Etala Satyanarayan. These two books are absolutely necessary, and the Soil Science Treatise is very, very, very important, which you ought to finish it 2 to 3 times before the examination at any cost. You have to study it, you have to revise it thoroughly and again, because from this book almost you will get 60 to 70% questions directly in your examination. The core soil science portion is asked from this book. This book is nothing but a concise and shorter version of ISSS book. So first you should study the ISSS book, you should make your concepts clear, and then you should complete the treatise book definitely 2 to 3 times for getting a good marks.
And for soil science, I have referred the soil treatise by Etala Satyanarayana multiple times because it is a very important book, and the most important topics under that book is the important points which are mentioned in the last of that book. It is a very important book and I have revised it multiple times before my examination.
For quick wrap up all the sections of soil science, I read Soil Science Treatise by Etala Satyanarayana, Santosh Kumar and Sandeep Sivakram. This book was very effective for my examination point of view.
For revision purpose, books like Soil Science Treatise by Etala Satyanarayana, MCQ, Glimpse of Soil Science by Etala Satyanarayana,
Soil Science Treatise book. For soil science portion, I followed the Soil Science Treatise by Etala Satyanarayan.
And Soil Science Treatise, I have loved Soil Science Treatise actually.
For the soil science part, Soil Science Treatise was enough. And there is a chapter Soil Fertility named in that book that is imperative and extremely important. At the end of this book, there are appendix and tables and the important points. I think that you should read and cover that part because often we may find we can skip the part that is given at the end. I feel that is important and question can be asked from it.
And you can also use tablets of soil science by Etala Satyanarayana. I prefer this is in quick revision, and soil science treatise for short revision.